What's going on, everybody? My name is Hasia Muhammad, and you are listening to The Actor's Instrument, Season 4, which is crazy. This show has been on the air for over 2 years, and I have all of you to thank for that. This show would be nothing without our dedicated listeners, so thank you all so much for tuning in every single week. Now, what does a new season mean for a podcast? It's not a linear or streaming show where there's a whole arc to the story and last season left with a cliffhanger and we're back to find out who done it. For the podcast, each season has just denoted a change for the show. And this one is no different. If you've been listening the last few weeks, I've been teasing a very special announcement. And so that's what I'm here to do today. I am so excited to announce that The Actor's Instrument has just signed a distribution deal with Next Chapter Podcasts. Next Chapter is a theater-centric platform with over 10 million downloads. This is huge. Up to this point, at one point I had some other producing partners on the show, but it's mostly been me. It's mostly been a one-man band, and it's been a ton of work. And obviously all this content has been free for all of you, and it will continue to be free for you. But this new partnership, this distribution deal is huge. So I'm going to explain how this is going to impact the show, how it's going to impact me, and how it's going to impact all of you as listeners, and all of it is positive. Next Chapter will be acting as both co-producers and distributors of the show. On the producing side, they're going to take over the post-production. Thank God. For those who don't know, I've been running this thing as a one-man band for a long time. It's a lot of work. And honestly, having co-producers on board, as I've had in the past, moving in a different direction now with these new co-producers, is just going to take a lot off of my plate, which is going to be incredible. As distributors, they're going to help get the show out to as many people as possible and really help to turn it into a business. You know, if you've been listening to the show for any length of time, you know I'm a huge proponent of artists as entrepreneurs. And so for me, this is helping me to turn this into more of an entrepreneurial endeavor. Now, with them taking over post-production, that means I get a lot of time back, right? So what this means for you is now your host gets more time to just improve the quality of the show. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see I have a whole new setup here, which is just an aesthetic thing, but it adds production value, right? And these are things we have to think about when we're talking about producing. It frees up my time to spend more time searching for incredible guests for you all to listen to. It's going to give me more time to receive feedback from all of you. So let me say here a little call to action for all of you. If you have suggestions, if there are people or types of people or types of topics you'd like for us to cover on the show, please reach out. You can DM me. You can email theactorsinstrument@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from all of you. Ultimately, with this new distribution deal, I'm trying to take all of this new free time that I'm going to have to build the Actor's Instrument into a community. I want it to be reciprocal. I've always put out these episodes for free, and we will continue to do so for our industry guest interviews, but I want to hear what you guys think of them. I want to hear what you need more of, what maybe you could use less of, and really turn this into a mutually beneficial venture for all of us. The other amazing thing about Next Chapter is that I have a team of folks working with me who also act as a sounding board for different ideas. And ultimately, if we're being honest, this show is still small, it's still young. That's going to change real soon. But while it's still a young and new show, this is the opportunity for us to try out new things. One of those is kind of a subtitle for the show. When I was signing the deal and we were talking about what I liked about the show, what I'd like to change, they asked me, hey, what do you think about the title? Like, if you wanted to change the title, now would be the time. And ultimately, I call the show The Actor's Instrument because I believe as actors, we are our instrument. We have to develop this thing that we've all been given one of into something that is marketable and into something that will add value to the marketplace in our industry. Now, my tagline this last season, season 3, has been The Actor's Instrument, where we discuss the qualities that you need to stand out in the entertainment industry. Ironically, I just interviewed a new guest, interview coming up soon, Jason Thinger. Here's a little sneak peek of this episode. He works for Jim Carnahan's office. They cast Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway, the Stranger Things show on Broadway, Moulin Rouge, Sunset Boulevard, huge office in New York. Something that Jason said was his advice to actors a lot of the times is stop trying to stand out. And that's so funny because my whole tagline in season 3 has been, let's talk about those qualities that help you stand out. And ultimately what I hope the show ends up being is a resource for all of you to not just stand out, but to last, to have staying power. We know there's been a lot of people in our business and in other industries who have been a flash in the pan, right? One-hit wonders, etc. Yeah, you can stand out for a minute, but I think all of us probably want to have more than that. We want longevity in this career. And so there's been a little change to the title. Yeah, now this show is the tools for the long game. Okay, that's our focus. Every guest I bring on, that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm still going to ask every guest that same question. What's the defining quality that you bring to the table as a storyteller? Or if they're not an actor themselves, like what are those qualities that they look for in actors that they work with? I think that's still super important, but there's just an extra layer to it now where it's all about lasting and having that staying power here in the industry. So guys, that's the announcement. Next Chapter Podcasts is now a co-producer and distributor of the Actors Instrument. I'm super excited. We've got all new industry guest interviews coming your way shortly. We've got some fire guests on the way. Again, please, some things that I would love for you to do is subscribe to the show on YouTube or give us a follow if you tune in on streaming. Make sure to like each episode you listen to. And this is a big one. Share your favorite episode with a friend, right? Share something that you feel can add value to another actor's life. If you know someone seeking representation, share our episode with Victoria Kress. If you know somebody who's been struggling with getting callbacks, share our casting director episodes with Erica Jensen and Tara Rubin and Erica Hart. If you know someone who's looking to create their own work, share our episodes where we interviewed independent filmmaking producers. This show is a resource, so let's spread the wealth. It's free. The value that you've gotten from the show, I hope we can spread to other people. Ultimately, that's my big goal. My personal goal now is to get this show out as far and wide as possible, and I need your help. And before we go, I've got to give a huge shout out to the team at Next Chapter Podcasts, to Michael Goodfriend and Jeremiah Tittle. Thank you guys so much for taking the meeting with me, for hearing and listening and believing in what this show can be. To the rest of our team, Adam Bernard, Peter Musto, Alex Schaffert, thank you all so much for your energy and effort you're putting into this show. And to all of our listeners, thank you for tapping into this episode of The Actors Instrument. You know the deal. Subscribe, like the episode, share it with a friend. We're here this Tuesday and next, all new industry guest interviews. This is The Actors Instrument, tools for the long game.